Real recognize real, and it only gets realer from here. But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, you already know we in the building. Also want to give a shout out to all my 2-2s and my 3-3s and my 2-2-2s and my 3-3-3s and my 7-7-7s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're going to jump right in. Now, today's topic, we're going to be talking about the Libra female and the Gemini man. I'm going to give you guys 100 reasons, the good, the bad, the ugly, the problems, and scenarios that come with it. Now, this video, or should I say live, what was asked of me to do by a subscriber. Shout out to Goldie. I think the name, I don't want to say your name wrong, but I know it's Goldie Go. Hope it's saying your name right. But this was the answer to your question, so it's why you requested me to do this. So yeah. Now, one thing is that why does a Libra female, put it like this, why is she attracted to a Gemini man in the first place? I'm gonna tell you, because they're both air signs. See, they have a mental connection first, so they're not even feeling any type of emotions when they come together. Sorry about that, that's loud. But yeah, they're not feeling any emotions. So here, with two air signs, they feel free. See, that's why they have a mental connection first when they first meet. Now, the other thing about Libra females and Gemini men is that because they meet, because they have a mental connection first, they could talk for hours without getting bored. See, if you ever notice, if you was any other zodiac sign, right, and say you was to get with a Libra woman, right, do you know how hard it is to keep her interested? Just to keep her like present. I'm talking about participating, being active with communication, if you guys are literally having a conversation with one another. But they go off of a mental connection. See, so you can never get her attention emotionally. You can never get to her in such a way where she will understand you when you bring your emotions. What's going on, Thomas Faye? Welcome. Posse gang, we in the building. Shout out to you and Kara Hunt. What's going on? And we talking about Libra females getting with Gemini man in a relationship. And I'm giving y'all 100 reasons, good, bad, the ugly, the problems, and the scenarios that come with it. Now, here's the thing. The reason why Libra females love Gemini men is because they're funny. See, she's all about having fun. She's all about going with the flow. She's all about keeping things light but interesting. See, so these two air signs are very social. Now, Libra loves humor, see, and she will keep, listen, Libras will keep friends of, multiple relationships. If you're funny, oh, you rolling with her, see? Like because you gotta understand, Libra, because she likes to stay social, she will literally go and meet people, and then all of a sudden she'll try to share all her little things that she doesn't like or what's going on in her life, but she needs that mental stimulation. See, but the minute you try to feel where she's coming from, she shuts down instantly. She shuts down. She finds a excuse, a way to get out that particular conversation with you, just because you took it, you took it into an emotional dynamic to where now she doesn't want to feel emotions. She doesn't want to feel stuck. She doesn't want to feel decisive, like she has to make a decision based on the feeling of the vibe between the both of you. Now, here's the thing. Libra is charming, whereas Gemini loves social charm. See? So to keep a Gemini, see, Gemini's like it's almost like they love to talk, okay? And so does Libra, but Libra needs that back and forth relationship interaction, if that makes sense. Now, both of them, they love going out and going to social events. See? So a Gemini will love the Libra's beauty, see, and her style. So that is exactly what the Libra woman desires. See, it's like she likes to be told she's beautiful. She likes to be told, oh, I like this, I like that, in, you know, in specific detail to how she looks. And this is why she cheats. When she's in a relationship, this is why oftentimes she may cheat if she's not getting that from her partner. See, if you're not complimenting her, you're not saying, oh, you look so good and this and that, she will cheat on you just to prove that she's desired by men. And you see how superficial that can be? That damn, you don't even care about the marriage. You don't care about the emotions involved. It's like to an air sign. Nope. See, now, here's the thing. Both Gemini men and Libra females or women, they love to flirt naturally. See, so this is not the type of partner, if you're any other sign, that you would, you know, let's say you're pursuing one right now, they're going to be literally natural flirts. See, even if they're with you, they're still, see, and this is the problem, because as we look at air signs, we tend to look at air, how it moves. So when you look at air, the element, you see how it moves, is like all over the place, right? So it's like that is the same feeling you get when you're with the Libra or a Gemini. It's almost like you can't control them in such a way to where, oh, you can just be, you know, with me. See, while we're out together, you're just with me. But nope. If you have the Gemini with you, doesn't matter if it's a man or a female, they would literally talk to everybody, and then in the whole environment, flirting with this person, to that person, to the cook, to the person, the Uber driver. It's like they constantly have to just keep socializing, right? Because they get bored easy. So neither one of them like heavy emotional pressure earlier on. See, let me see. Thomas Faye said his sister is a Libra, and she married a Gemini, and they have a Pisces son. Wow. I guess they had to have that emotion come in some way, somehow. Yeah, because that's the reason why you will always find friend groups with Libra, Libra women and Gemini men. It's almost like how it's the same way you would catch a Pisces and Scorpio being best friends or cool or in a relationship. And it's the same way you will find that same match, but a different sign, with Libra female or male and a Gemini male or female. It's like, damn, people will literally find who they're compatible with. And you'd be like, damn, that's how astrology is. That's what it says about that. See, like, that is your match. So now it's not perfect though. Just like what was Pisces and Scorpio, it's not perfect. Now, here's the thing. How do you think a Libra female and a Gemini male, how do you think they fall in love? Now, this is cold-blooded. They fall in love through conversation. See, this is why when you're a water sign, it's very difficult to keep a Libra woman interested. See, because the way you empathize, she doesn't do that. She doesn't even want to. And the minute she feels those, like, her emotions getting involved in the situation, she shuts down. She finds a way to escape, to get away from you. The goal with someone else is that is more social but not emotional, if that makes sense. See, now here's the thing. Okay, so Geminis, they are the only ones that can keep a Libra entertained because they don't stop talking. They don't stop. If any of you ever been around a Gemini, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but she gets all the stimulation mentally that she needs in its abundance with Gemini. Because this is the thing, even when things are all chaotic and bad, right? Gemini keeps talking. When everything's all good, Gemini keeps talking. See, so there's no dull moment. Whenever a water sign has a bad day, then it's almost like an emotional overload tends to happen. And then once the water sign shuts down or doesn't, hey, is so pissed off they don't even want to talk. What do you think Libra's gonna do? They're gonna leave. See, and they can. You know what the craziest thing? They're smart enough to know when you're being emotional, when you're being down in the dumps, or maybe you're just having a bad day. And then they'll lie and find a way to excuse themselves, dismiss themselves, and they'll go be around someone that's more upbeat, more social, entertaining, and whatnot. So here's the thing. While Gemini keeps Libra entertained, Libra keeps Gemini balanced. See, because of the twins. So they both have something to give to one another that the other, that the other lacks now, or what they can benefit from in such a way. So both of them, they hate boring routines. They don't like anything that they can predict that's going to happen next. Nope. They can start as friends easily. Even if she doesn't even know the Gemini, even if the Gemini doesn't know the Libra. Hell, a Gemini can be an old lady being a door host at Walmart, and literally she can say, "Have a good day. Welcome to Walmart." And then all of a sudden, if it's a Gemini, you know he or she's going to crank a conversation, spark up a joke, and going to sit there and entertain the hell out of that door host to where now it's almost like they're inseparable. They're best friends, all just like that. See? Because of the whole social interaction, right? Now, they both love music, art, and culture. They both. Now, here's the thing. See, Gemini brings the what is it? It's like and I'm trying to say this word correctly because I always talk, when I say things, I say it with a tongue twister, okay? So it's like the spontaneity. So Geminis are very spontaneous. Anything can happen. They can be with you right now, but they can be in the bed with somebody else come bedtime, right? So they tend to talk themselves into things. So they can basically out-talk you, and they can talk themselves into the bedroom with you, and then go to Starbucks, and then go to the mall, and because they won't stop talking. It's almost like people feel like they have to stay with the Gemini, see? Because they don't stop talking. You have to be the one to say, "Hey, I've had enough. We'll talk tomorrow." Like, you have to set the boundary. If you don't, the Gemini is just going to keep talking. They won't stop. See? Now, another thing is Libra brings romance. See, because we have Venus here, and that rules what? Relationships, justice. And that's why I always say you can look at a Libra female like Judge Judy, right? The courtroom and being in the middle of a situation that's going on between two parties. See? And then you don't even know what side the Libra has. It's like most times they don't even want to pick sides, but that's a different situation. Now, oh God, hold on. Let me I can't answer that right now, but yeah. So here's the thing. They both, and this is the thing, okay, because they start off with the mental connection first. The very funny thing is that they both love to text. See? So when you see two text buddies just going at it, Gemini, man, Gemini male and Libra female. It's like they're both just sitting there texting back and forth, having the most fun. See? Now, another thing, and I'm talking about the positives, okay? Because I haven't even touched the negative stuff. Now, another thing is they can mentally stimulate each other. Everything the Gemini pretty much says is interesting, even if it's something bad. See, because listen, she has a bunch of, listen, man, and I don't mean this in a bad way, Libra, but I know I've witnessed this so many times. Y'all have a lot of things going on, dilemmas, and sometimes it's just something you want to talk about or discuss with someone else just to get there, just to bounce it off to them. But more than likely, you already have your mind made up. It's just you like to talk about it. See, because you like to feel like, if anything you feel you were right in doing or saying, you're like, yo, but I did this and this and that. I even did this. And the person is like, oh yeah, you're good. Yeah, you did the right thing. And it's like, they just want to have that stimulation, even though they already knew they were right. So a lot of times they can come with these little stories. It's like courtroom dramas, to where, oh, this person did this and didn't pay me back. And hey, I'm thinking about suing them and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. So that could be something that they could be, prone to. Now, another thing is they both feel like best friends, see, and lovers at the same time. And then the funny thing is, they can look at themselves as being both at the same damn time. So that's why when you see with Gemini, because they have the duality, right? They're able to be the lover and at the same time be the friend. See? So she was literally look at the Gemini as being two people in such a way, because she'll literally go to that Gemini and get everything she needs. Conversation. And then she'll still get sex. And then it's almost like she gets the best of both worlds with Gemini. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a scenario. Okay, so let's say the Gemini male, dude, this dude is a game stalker, dude, looking right all in the car, bro. But anyway, let's say the Gemini male meets the Libra female at a party, right? And the Gemini is talking to everybody. Here's the thing. Libra would notice it, but what do you think the Libra female is going to do? Do you think she's going to be emotional? Do you think she's going to be upset? Nope. She's going to be laughing about it. She's going to laugh about it. She's going to be entertained by what the Gemini is doing. So once the Gemini notices, then all of a sudden she's all elegant and trying to, be all pretty and, looking cute with it, right? And social at the same time. See? So she ends up following the same lead as the Gemini. So as soon as she sees him over there talking with everyone, then she tries to get cute and go over there and start socializing. It's cold-blooded, right? And here's the thing. Do you think that the party will ever stop? Hell no. Let's say the bar, or let's say the party closes at a certain time. Good luck with that. Because they'll be the ones where the security guards are literally, out there looking for them, trying to get them the hell out the damn club, right? Because here's the thing. Whenever you have a Gemini and a Gemini male and a Libra female in the same spot, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna talk all night. Yep, they're gonna get drunk, and guess what? They're gonna talk all night long. And could you imagine, like, you would think a Leo talks a lot. Wait till you meet a Gemini. Like, it goes from what are we talking about to you're no longer even listening. You're no longer even listening, but then the Gemini loves to hear themselves talk. So they keep talking even if no one is responding, paying attention, they're still talking. And it's like, and I'm gonna tell you, even if they're mumbling, they're still speaking. And you can't do nothing. You can't, it's literally impossible to shut a Gemini up, bro. But what you can do is one thing. The only person that can shut up a Gemini is a Pisces. Because you know what? A Gemini will get so pissed off with Pisces because Pisces will simply ignore them. And that is the Gemini's weakness, is to be ignored. Now, moving on from that, because we're talking about Libra female and Gemini male. Now, here's the thing. They will talk all night. They will exchange numbers. And guess what? Guess who gets a pass? Guess who the hell gets a pass? No other zodiac sign will get this pass like Gemini. So after they've been talking all night long, after they exchange numbers, they both text nonstop for weeks on end. Even if, in the crazy superficial, like the superficiality of the situation, is even if she doesn't even like to text, she will with Gemini. The rules, see the scale, once the scale tips, it's okay. It's almost like what we talked about yesterday. It's discounted. Oh, she makes an exception. That's like the court ruling. Oh, it's like whenever someone's in the courtroom and all of a sudden the judge wants something to go a certain way, oh, they start making exceptions. Okay, well, yeah. Well, normally we would do this, but hey, I'm making an exception. See, we're going to text all night. We're going to talk all night long. And that's what you got to watch out for, because especially if that's her baby daddy. Hey, if you know a Libra female and she got a Gemini baby daddy, listen, they are never going to break up, bro. No matter if it looked like they're fighting, they're arguing, they have gone their separate ways, they will never stop messing around with each other. Because guess what? They're like Ace Boone Coons. See? And what that means is that they are locked in. They are still texting, even if she's sitting with you. Even if the Gemini is texting her about some BS that means nothing, he's still talking, bro. He's still saying things, even if it's like, hey, I fed the ducks at the park. Could you believe I seen a blue duck? It could be some random shit, but because it's still information and it's still interesting, the Libra will text back and say, oh, well, wouldn't you know? A blue duck. Well, hey, you should have Googled it. You should have took a picture and circled it and see what kind of duck it was. It's like, damn, why y'all still talking? Y'all supposed to be broken up and you still entertaining this dude. That's how it be. But only Gemini gets a pass. Even if he stinks, even if he has dirty underwear, even if he has a stigma, even if he's the enigma, even if he's the problem, she loves him. She will, listen, bro, I seen a situation so freaking bad. This Gemini was a truck driver. Hardly ever at home. Guess what? The Libra female, she loves him to death. Oh, I write him all the time and this and that. You haven't seen this man in weeks, but you've been talking to him every freaking day. So that's what, to her, that means more than him actually being right there with her, because she's not connected to what? The emotions. She's not a water sign. See? Now, here's another thing. Now, the good relationship traits in the situation, they both have great communication. It rarely gets boring between the two of them. They like to travel together. See? So they can, take a boat cruise. They could do something like on a whim. They both have off on the weekend. Let's go to the Dells. They would literally take a trip just like that, even if it's just for a day. Because by them, basically texting nonstop, being super social with one another, it feels like weeks, even though it's just one day off, right? Now, they both are adaptable and flexible with one another, see? So even they seldom have arguments, so it's almost like, yeah, where one wants to do one thing, the other one will just simply adapt, see? Usually it's Gemini being the one that changes, see? Because when you look at Gemini, they have the twins, the shapeshifter. They can shapeshift. They can easily like something and dislike something at the same time. See? And then all of a sudden, you forget. See, this is the thing. With Gemini, they can like somebody and hate them at the same time, right? So how do you think that they're gonna literally just go with the decision of, oh, I don't like you, so I'm gonna just not talk to you? Nope. Because they like you 50% and then they hate you the other 50%. They'll still talk to you, but like they hate you, if that makes sense. See? So they might call you names, they might cuss you out, but they're still talking to you. See? They'll be like, hey, yeah, what's up, Johnny? Or, it's like, oh, what's up, Johnny? Yeah, oh, stinking ass Johnny. Like, they'll throw that on there to where it's like, you can't ever tell if it's a joke or insult because they like you and dislike you at the same damn time. See? And that's how you got to read the energy of Gemini, because it's dual. It's a duality. See? It's two. So anytime they go into a situation, they have that positive and negative charge. So it's like, just as well as they would do something, they won't do it. So what does this mean? Inconsistencies. This means that you cannot count on them. Nope. You can't count on them, because guess what? Everything can change on the drop of a dime with a Gemini. They're not reliable. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not that they're unreliable because they're lazy or, hey, for some, particular excuse. Nope. It's just that they don't want to do it. It might be boring to them. It might be something that they just don't want to do, so they won't show up. And they don't feel those emotions, or which one feels to actually show up. Maybe it's to keep the job. Maybe it's, hey, so people don't have to call somebody else in. They just don't care. It's not their problem. See? Now, another thing is this. They have good teamwork skills. So let's say you got a partner in school and you got to work on a project. Then more than likely, you both will work well as a team. The good thing about a Gemini male and a Libra female is that they can talk through their problems. See? So that way it's like they seldomly do they ever just like, butt heads and it's like, oh, some type of fight. Because when you look at both the Libra and the Gemini, having a bout doesn't last long. It fizzles out, quickly. Now, another thing is they don't suffocate one another. They don't suffocate one another, at least mentally. So both of them, they need their freedom. So it's not like they're always neck and neck whenever you see them. They like to try new things, like new restaurants. They like to go to different social events. Both of them have, style. They like to, dress stylish, socially. And also, they like to, I'm going to tell you, when you put it like this, when you see them out in public, normally you will think to yourself that, hey, this is the perfect couple. See? Because it's almost like they are the type of couple that may have matching outfits on, sort of like Virgo. So when you see a couple, let's say it's a theme of, hey, it's Christmas. They both got on red and green. They got matching, like even if her outfit is feminine and she has the little Christmas heels, the little, the colors of whatever, Christmas theme related, then he has a little Santa Claus hat with the you know, bag of cookies and some type of little thingamajigs to match the theme. So they're all into that type of stuff, to where some people that don't really care about that kind of stuff to that extreme, when you see Libra and Gemini together, you're like, yo, they're the type that actually, you know, they decorate things. They actually might put something, you know, by their door that's like a Christmas ornaments to, you know, celebrate the holidays. Candles, you know, might have Rudolph with some lights going to the front door. It's like, yo, they could get all into it, right? Okay, so they're they could be fun parents to have. So let's say on the weekend, both of them have brunch together. And let's say they go to the bookstore, then they go to a party afterwards. So most of the time, even if they're just going on a late night drive together, that would be almost like a date night for a Gemini and a Libra, because they would have the chance to what? Talk to one another. See? Now, this is another thing. The reason why it would be a date night is because they really enjoy one another. So it's almost like they can't wait to talk to each other again. And hell, even after texting nonstop, they both can handle a lot of mental stimulation, if that makes sense. Like, you can't talk, like, you might think you are long-winded. You might think that, hey, you don't want to talk her ear off, but you're not going to, bro. Because she probably talks more than you. And that's the thing, like, you got to remember. Now here, when the problems start to appear, is that Geminis, they change their mood quickly, instantly. So they can agree to go somewhere with you, right? And they can have this mood of relaxed, calm, and then that can all change as soon as you guys arrive. As soon as you guys arrive to where you guys were headed, they can all of a sudden just have a different mood. And it's almost like, dude, unbelievable. See? So when you're hanging out with a Gemini, you almost have to let them do their own thing. You almost have to treat them like they didn't, you know, like they didn't come with you. See? So, because they'll drive you nuts. That's why I'm saying that. Okay, so one thing about Libras is that they hate inconsistency. So here you have someone who's superficial and yet is contradicting in nature. So is Gemini. So if a Gemini, I mean, put it like this, a Libra can hate something, dislike something, right? But they also do the same damn thing. But they're not gonna take accountability for when they do it, but they're gonna hold you accountable when you do it. See? Because to them, it's almost like, yeah, if they have to lie just to, you know, balance things out, even if they have to tip the scale and they have to lie to, you know, to do so, they're gonna do it. See? So that's something to think about. Now, what Libra wants out of this relationship is they want stability with Gemini. Gemini wants freedom. So Gemini will oftentimes, you know, they'll flirt without even realizing it. That's because a lot of Geminis, they don't take a whole lot, you know, of situations and, you know, people seriously. They have to be reminded like, yo, you're in a relationship, dude. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm in a relationship. Yeah. Oh, my fault. And it's like, bro, you didn't know that? It's like, yo, they could be doing, that's how fast and witty, like they're so quick with everything. See, it's almost like you going to buy a birthday card for someone and then you forget to lick the envelope. Like, it's like they'll be moving so fast that it's like they'll forget those little things that's like, oh, dude, lick the envelope, bro. Oh, yeah, well, hey, they're going to open it anyway. So, hey, why don't I just, you know, give them a, it's like, why don't I just help them out? See, by not licking the envelope. Now, another thing is Gemini doesn't like things to become serious. See, because in their mind, they might say things like, oh, why so serious? Why so serious? Remember, the emotions, I'm gonna say this, both of them do not like emotions. See, as soon as you start to show that emotion, oh, you're all serious, it takes the fun out of it to them. See, and it also, what they're worried about is you trying to control them with those emotions. That's why they don't like emotions. Now, Libra, unfortunately, they like reassurance. They would not be with someone that doesn't compliment them from the day to day. So Libra, you have to tell them they look beautiful, like your nails, like your shoes, you know, you have a nice this, you have a nice that. Because guess what? If you don't, they're going to find it elsewhere. And it's the funny thing is that they're not even going to find it. They have charm, okay? Libras have charm, so guys are going to come to her and tell her, oh, you're beautiful and you're this and that. So she would rather get it from her partner, but if her partner's not doing it, she's going to go out. See, she's not going to go out looking for men. She's going to go out, meaning she's going to go to the mall, and guess what she's going to wear? She's going to wear those little heels that you probably didn't want her to wear. She's going to wear that outfit that you're like, yo, it's too revealing. She's going to go out there and wear it. See? And then the problem is she's going to bring something back with her that you wasn't ready, that you weren't even expecting. Because listen, that's what the charm does. See? That's what charm does. And here's the thing. Even if the Libra woman doesn't like you, she can still bring you home. It's cold-blooded. She can still bring you home just because one thing. She was bored. But guess what? After you guys screw, she's done with you. She doesn't even want you. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes Libra females can act like men based on how they handle things. After she gets her rocks off, guess what she's going to tell you? Oh, okay, so want me to let you out? Are you ready to go? Or let me open the front door for you. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. You start acting like the female. You're like, yo, why? Hey, I thought I was gonna spend the night. I thought I was gonna, we was gonna watch a movie or cuddle or something. Nope. Because listen, to a Libra, Libras don't like to feel like you made it happen. It's cold-blooded. Libras do not like for you to think that you made them sleep with you. See? So if they feel like that, guess what they're going to do? They're going to try to control the narrative. See? And you got to understand they do things in a diplomatic way. So it's not what you're used to. See, it's what they're used to. So they don't play by the rules that are, considered the traditional ways of handling things. Nope. They have their own way of how they meet people, greet people, who they choose to talk to, why, for what reason. Blase, blase. Okay, welcome everybody. Shout out to every zodiac sign that's in the chat. Okay, another thing, so Geminis, they hate to be tested by others. See? Another thing is that Libra tends to overthink things rather than just let things be. So she will question any little thing that she doesn't fully agree with regarding anything. So if the Gemini does something, this is how they end up getting into it, because Geminis hate to be tested. And guess who likes to test? Libra. See? So Libra is very, very patient. See? This is why she comes off as indecisive. But what she's really doing is she's really holding back on purpose. See? And this is why she can come off as being manipulative, because she can literally have in mind what she wants, but she simply won't say it. So you can literally, for example, take her to McDonald's and you're like, honey, or hey, if it's your friend, what would you like? And she's like, and she'll hold the whole goddamn line up. She wouldn't care. And she'll say, I'm really not sure. And then all of a sudden, you're like, well, I know you liked that number 4 you had last time. Well, no, I don't want that. I'm not getting that today. And then it's like, while you're waiting on her, you don't realize one thing. She's making you wait. See, now she gauges the fact that she has control. See, and she tests you. Listen, a Gemini will test you. I mean, not a Gemini, a Libra will test you, and you don't even know you're being tested. And it's not fair. And that's the thing. They don't play by the rules. They play by their rules. See, now, another thing is that Geminis, they can also forget anniversaries. It's bad, yeah. A Gemini could forget, oh, we had an anniversary coming up together, and literally he could have had made plans. He could have planned to work that day, and you're like, yo, the Libra female, like, yo, what our anniversary is? Hey, it's on Friday. What the hell are you doing? Like, you ain't going to work. So he can literally forget. And guess what? And not even be drunk. Nope. So a lot of things he literally lives a light life where he's not even paying attention. He doesn't take much serious. See? Now, in his mind, he's just having fun. Now, another thing is that whenever a Libra gets hurt, they will not say anything immediately about it. Nope. Because here you got to understand, we're not dealing with Aries. So instead, the opposite polarity. Here you have someone that's quiet. Also with quiet comes what? Sneakiness. And then anything with sneakiness comes strategy. So you got to be careful because a Libra will get you back. I actually got backdoored bad by a Libra female. See? But that just goes to show you. Now, here's another thing. Gemini can tend to joke about serious moments, even though they don't like to be serious. See how that's a contradiction? So you can see so many different contradictions, and that's why they get along so well, because they're both like that, just in different ways. Now, a Gemini also thinks that a Libra is too sensitive, because anything you say about Libra, oh, she ain't gonna let it slide. She will react. See? And she'll try to prove a point. So if you say anything about her, she's gonna try to make sure you end up eating your words or taking your words back. See? Now I'm gonna give you guys some scenarios. It's like a Gemini could like a girl photo. It could be on Facebook, Instagram, whatnot. Now let's say the Libra sees it. Okay. She won't say anything. She won't say anything about it, even though she saw it. And what will end up happening is that she will become distant. See, she will become distant and polite at the same damn time. See? And then what the Gemini would start to think is that, oh, everything is fine, right? Until 2 weeks later, she ends up exploding about everything. See how she does her, see how she handles her anger in a different way? She doesn't instantly just do it right when it happens. She waits. And then she catches you off guard when she explodes, bro. And you don't know how, because I'm going to tell you, the anger of Libra is dangerous, bro. You can look at people like Lil Durk. You can look at people like, what's the other guy's name? Rapper-wise. NBA Youngboy. And the way that they handle things when they're angry, they don't do things right off the bat. They wait. See, and they catch they ops at like times where they're lacking, bro. See? And now you got to be a real smart person to really sit there and wait and watch and catch your enemy or your op just slipping like that. See, that means you're calculating everything, even though you're not saying anything. But never think that the Libra didn't see it. See, that's the trap right there, thinking that, oh, because she can be the type of woman that can be airheaded wise. She could be looking like she's out of it, like she's not really, you know, there. It's like she could literally be like sitting on the couch watching TV, and she could just literally be like, kind of just like you think that she's not really paying attention to what's going on, and she's literally watching everything. See, you just don't know. Now, here are the major relationship problems. Is that a Libra female and a Gemini male, they have trust issues. See, because of, as I mentioned, they both are natural flirts. The problem why Gemini loves to talk to everybody is because Gemini loves attention. So that's why they would hate Pisces if, for what reason? Ignoring them. See, they hate to be ignored by anyone because they love attention. They have to have it. Now, a Libra, they hate to be embarrassed. See, and that could be publicly, that could be anywhere. And if they could become furious if they are embarrassed. Hey, it doesn't matter how it comes. So they hate embarrassment. Libras, they want that whole loyalty image with their partner. But remember I stated that loyalty isn't free. See, it's a give and exchange. Now, the problem with Gemini in a relationship is they do not like to commit to just one person. See, so what tends to happen is that Gemini likes to talk to many different people at once. So that's the reason why these are major relationship problems. Now, Libra oftentimes compares herself to others. See, she might say, oh, I look like this and this person looks like that. The people that you probably hang with, that she thinks that, hey, you're messing around with, she will compare herself to them. It's cold-blooded. Now, see, Gemini doesn't understand emotional security. See, so trying to reason or trying to get them to understand, you're just wasting your time. Now, another thing about Libra, they hold resentment quietly. They will act like, you know, unbothered. They'll act like, oh, they're not hurt. They're not even like they don't even care when you do things that they don't like. And another thing is, but at the same time, Libra remembers everything. See, they remember everything, even though they don't say much, or they might not say like nothing at all. Now, when you are with a Gemini do, even though they like to talk to everyone and they like to talk nonstop, but there's one thing that they would not want to talk about is arguments. They would not want to argue with anyone. Nope. Because here's the thing. As soon as you start an argument with a Gemini, the Gemini is going to try to move on quietly. You have seen Kanye West do this. You have seen Donald Trump do this. And it's like as soon as he's in a hot seat, he ends up getting out of it. See? So the whole thing of trying to, you know, quickly start an argument is not going to work with Gemini. Another thing is that a Libra can become very controlling. See? And this is why she plays with the whole decisiveness situation. That's why it comes off manipulative, because she wants to stay in control. And the more that a person would not make a decision, allows them what? It allows people to wait on them to decide. So they can play this waiting game, and all of a sudden people think, oh, this person's indecisive, but really they're trying to control the situation itself. See? Now, a Gemini also rebels if controlled. So you cannot do anything to get them to reason, to understand where you're coming from. They won't listen. See? Another thing that a Gemini may do is emotionally detach. So this is why when things get emotional, they won't be there to experience it. Both Gemini men and Libra men, I said Libra men and Libra females, they will communicate and be and put it like this, and they'll become fake polite. See, so when they are basically into it with one another, they will still talk to each other, is what I'm saying, but they'll be fake polite to one another. See, because neither one wants to show that they're upset, that they're angry. They do not want to show that they are even emotional or emotionally affected by whatever's happened between the two of you. Now, a Libra in this case could become cold, but you won't be able to know her temperature. See, because she won't let you. Also, the relationship between a Libra female and a Gemini male can turn into a roommate situation where, oh, the Gemini man is sleeping on the couch and then she's sleeping in the bed. See, so it could feel like a whole roommate situation. Anytime a situation goes unresolved between the both of them, that's when they can, break up instantly. They can break up suddenly, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, because they let a situation go on so long without a resolution, that can allow them to break up quick. See, because you got to understand how they communicate with one another nonstop. They need that every day. As soon as things get quiet, they're gone. That's so crazy, because like, even if you a water sign, right, and you pursue a Libra woman, let's say you run out of things to talk about. That's not good, bro. Because if you run out of stuff to talk about, that's what the Libra gonna do. She's gonna leave, bro. She gonna find an excuse to, like I say, dismiss herself, excuse herself from you. Now, one thing about both parties is that the Gemini male, Libra female, they do not like to fight loudly. Nope. They don't like to make noise when they fight. They slowly, stop texting as much as they used to. And then what ends up happening, they stop going out together. And then they start living separate lives. See, it's like, once they live separate lives, so let's say you're the baby daddy of that Libra female, all of a sudden, it's like, y'all not doing as much action as y'all used to do. But here's the catch. Even though y'all both live in separate lives, you back at your house, she's at her house. Guess what? You guys are still together. And that's what the problem is, bro. Because it could be very toxic, and you would not be able to understand it, because it's like, as you see the dysfunction, you're like, yo, why are they doing this like this? See? And it is what it is. See? So this could be a very common thing for between the both of them. Now, if they are, put it like this, if they're mature, everything is different. See? Because they could also be a power couple. So if they are both emotionally mature, then the whole relationship in itself, it actually will, last a very long time. It will be strong, because now it's almost like the best friend marriage. It's like business partner type of, vibes. They both will be that travel couple that goes to city to city, to state. They will plan events together. They will be able to create projects together. They could keep each other young. See? And everything never gets old between the both of them. They grow socially together. They network well. They can be very wealthy together. They could teach each other how to how to stay loyal. They can Libra could teach Gemini male the emotional, how to be emotionally intelligent, where Gemini can teach Libra female to communicate better. See? So one has a gift for the other, as long as they're emotionally mature. Now, let's say, and I'm talking about the healthy version of both of them being mature. Now, a Libra as I mentioned, she could need, reassurance. She can need reassurance sometimes. Now, the Gemini, as I stated, could need freedom. See, freedom sometimes. So if both of them agree, what can happen is they will have not only the communication, but both of them will have the independence, and that will equal what? A successful relationship. Now, the biggest problem, the main issue here is Libra wants security and loyalty. And most might think that's a lot to ask for, right? And it is. Because here's the thing. Gemini, on the other hand, is the experience. See, Gemini is the experience. So what can happen is if both of them respect one another, it can work. But if not, nope, it won't work. Now, so if they break up, it's not always because somebody cheated. See, because it's a common misconception. But what can happen is that both of them end up breaking up because they wanted stability. See, and the other person might wanted freedom. Because Gemini this is the type of partner. Okay, so Gemini is the type of partner where they must be able to go out like they normally would when they were single. See, they crave and they really desire freedom. And yeah, they'll come back. They'll come back home and have dinner and whatnot, but they want to be able to go out there, socialize, have fun with everybody, even if they're married, even if they're in a relationship. See? And that's very hard for a woman of any zodiac sign to trust. Because just how the Gemini male met the Libra woman is the same way. He has a gift of gab. He can get any woman he desires because he knows exactly what to say. And it's almost like he can literally pull out the best thing to say at the right time out of his behind, bro. It's like as soon as he started talking, he can easily get her number and literally like be walking around town. He could become the Uber driver off the rip to where, hey, you gonna ride with me and I'm gonna show you around where you want to go. And it's like him being that pretty much that flexible is the very reason why a Libra woman will not always trust it. See? Now, here's another thing, is that most times a Gemini male, he will cheat, just keeping it a buck. See? He will cheat, but at the same time, he will still want his significant partner not to. See? And I'm telling you, he will cheat in the worst ways. The Gemini man, he will cheat. Listen, he will be working a job, have a Libra wife at home, 2 kids together. You know what he'll do? He'll sleep with, but put it like this, he'll sleep with one of the staff members in the car, one of the work vehicles. See, and you will never know because he'll find a way. Like, he'll do something that's like you wouldn't even think was possible, in other words. So it's almost like what you know how with Pisces is like what you can't see. But when you're dealing with a air sign, it's what they don't talk about. See? It's like they leave that whole way they went about it out of the equation. It's like, wait a minute, are you sleeping around with people in the work vehicle? I wonder you smelled a little tart when you walked in. Hey, why wonder you didn't want to do anything? You know, when you got home from work, you just went straight to sleep. Now, another thing is this, okay? I'm going to talk about the hidden powers be with Libra females. And this is like things that a lot of people usually don't notice until it's too late. Is a Libra woman's social intelligence. See, because the one hidden power with Libra females is that they can read a room, see, faster than almost any other zodiac sign. She knows who has power. She knows who is insecure. She knows who likes who. She knows who is lying. She knows who is useful. And she knows who is a threat all at once before anyone else. See, now, let's say a Libra female is at a party, right? And everybody thinks that, oh, she's just being nice and social, right? In reality, she already mapped the entire social hierarchy in her head. Man, and you won't have no idea. See, another hidden power that nobody talks about with Libra females is they have a reputation control. See, they have reputation, like having a reputation. It's almost like they know how to control it. Yep, they know how to control it. So this is why they don't oftentimes fight with you directly. Nope. See, she's not going to fight with you, but she might sue you. It's in those moments. And see, she can win through reputation. Yep. She can win through likability. She wins those votes of things that you don't even you're not even thinking about. See? You think that no one cares about those things. She wins through what? Alliances. It's not about her, it's about who she's friends with that you got to worry about it. That's what you got to worry about. It's who is she allies with. And she knows you don't know. And guess what? She could be allies with somebody you absolutely hate, or somebody that absolutely hates you. And here's the thing. If somebody wrongs a Libra female, she won't yell. She won't argue. She will stay calm, see? And everyone will still like her. So what ends up happening is she slowly makes the other person look like the problem, even if she was the problem to begin with. It's cold-blooded, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, Libra, man, it could be vicious, bro. Now, what do we call this? Very quiet power. See, their power is not blown up in your face like Aries. It's silent. See, it's quiet. Now, she also has the hidden power of being polite yet detached. Oh, now this is very dangerous. Very dangerous. See? Because she becomes polite, she becomes calm, she becomes distant, she becomes indifferent, busy, and then friendly, but then also unavailable all at the same time. See? So you cannot get her attention to, hey, for questioning. Nope. She got all the answers and she just leaves. See? Oh, I'm unavailable. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, now she's distant. Now she's calm. And it's like, hey, all hell has broken loose. She has all the answers, but she's not there to tell you anything. See? She could just leave you in the dark. And that's what confuses people. Because here's the thing. Because there is no fight, what's there? Just remove them. And no one has a clue what's going on. What happened? See? Another thing that you have to watch out for that Libra embodies, this hidden secret power, is that Libras are considered the emotional mirror. That emotion has to go somewhere. And it is there. It's just not, hey, it's just used as a weapon. It's used against the opposer. See, here's the thing. Libra women, they mirror people. See, so if you are romantic, guess what? She becomes romantic. Let's say you're cold-hearted, then she becomes cold. If you're loyal, then she becomes loyal. But if you're toxic, guess what? She becomes strategic. You see how She tips the scale. It's like she tips the scale suddenly in certain situations, but she tries to follow a pattern, and then at the last little second of a situation, she switches it up. See? So it's like, oh, we had a good day Monday, we had a good day Tuesday, we had a good day Wednesday. But then when Thursday came, she became more suspicious all of a sudden. And she didn't normally, you like, yo, where all this coming from? Like, what the hell just happened on a dime? And that's what you fail to realize, that she tips the scale, man. She does that. She does it intentionally. Now, here's the thing. People will think, oh, she changed because of something different that she may have done, right? Because others wasn't expecting it. But what she does is she reflects what she's given. It's cold-blooded, man. See? Now, here's her real hidden power that nobody pays attention to. And that is the fact that she could leave a relationship, a situation emotionally, see, before she leaves physically. So this is why, if you do not listen, if you don't want to be with a Libra no more, end it immediately. Don't let it sit where listen, because she will leave emotionally, and then all of a sudden you would think that, just because she's still living with you, she's still in it. Nope. She'll leave emotionally, and then all of a sudden she leaves physically. Now, by the time the relationship ends, this is what will happen. She already grieved about it. She already detached. She already accepted it for what it is or what it was. And she already planned life after you with someone else. And she always has reserves. She ain't never, she doesn't stay single that long. Put it like that. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is. Because when she leaves a relationship or situation, she always wants to look fine. See? Doing so. Remember, she always wants to keep it cute. So if she's breaking up, she wants to make her image look good. See? So she doesn't look like, she doesn't look like the bad one, or the one that's all broken, broken down or grieving, she wants to look, fine. She wants to look like, I'm the one that's, making a decision. I'm the one that looks good in the situation. And that's what shocks people, okay? Now, Gemini men, their secret powers are what? Are information power, okay? So they have the power of information. So what this means is that Gemini men, they know everybody's business. They know who likes who. They know who is the broke one. They know who is cheating. They know who is lying. And they know who is connected. See? Now, how is this? Because they gather information constantly through what? Conversation. Remember I said the weakness, yesterday I said it's a weakness to explain things. Because now it's like you're trying to, get that person's approval. So information to a Gemini is power. See? So another hidden power that they have is the personality shapeshifting. And here, a Gemini man could become professional at the same time with professionals. See? Another thing is that they could be funny with funny people. They could be intelligent with smart people. They could be street with street people. They could be romantic with women. They could be calm with parents, and they could be aggressive with aggressive people. Every time you see a Gemini behaving in such a way, just know that the people look, the way that they behave is who they hang around. It's cold-blooded. So if they a hoe, it's because they hanging with hoes. If they're angry, they're hanging with angry people because they have no identity of their own. They find it in others. It's cold-blooded. And why they find it in others is through communication. See, information is what gives them the download, so they become who they hang around. This is why they don't take life serious in the first place, because it's not even them. See, you gotta know these things. Now, here's the thing. Geminis are considered social chameleons. See? So they can blend in any crowd and talk about the same subjects as if they're living the same life. See? Because of the element. Now, this is why the Gemini fits in everywhere. Anywhere you put the Gemini, they're going to fit in with the environment. See? Now, another hidden power of Gemini is that they could detach emotionally and then switch. See? So what this means that Gemini men, they can flip a switch mentally. See? So what this means is that today they could be like, oh, I love her. And then tomorrow I'm done. See? So there is no ties. There is no certainty. There's like they could just detach emotionally and then flip the switch mentally. Now, it's not, and put it like this, it's not because they never cared, okay? What ends up happening is that their mind overrides emotions. So once they start to even feel anything, their mind overrides it. So the next hidden power that Gemini has is conversation control. And here a Gemini man, for instance, can change topics. He can deflect questions that are being asked of him. He could talk his way out of trouble. He can confuse arguments. He can make you laugh mid-argument. And also he can make you forget when you're mad. See? It's like you if you're not careful, a Gemini can have you agreeing to something that that you didn't even do. He can make it seem like you did exactly something, and then it's like mid-sentence is almost like you could laugh at something. It's like, yo, because they can listen, they can literally outsmart you, outthink you. And they know exactly who's stupid or who's dumbfounded, who's slow. They know exactly who they can run the game on. Now, the real hidden power of Gemini is he can emotionally survive in almost any breakup because of one thing. He lives in his own mind. See, where some would live in their own world, he lives in his own mind, not his feelings. So what this means is that he can distract himself with what? Friends. He could distract himself with work. He could distract himself with hobbies. He could distract himself with new conversations. He could distract himself with new environments. And he also can distract himself with new people. So this allows him to keep moving. That's why he could survive those type of things, because he never gets stuck. And that's what emotions do. They can get you stuck in a bind or a situation or bring you down. Now, the hidden power dynamic between the Libra woman and the Gemini man is this, okay? Because their powers are different, Libra women have that social strategy, and then Gemini man, he brings the information. See, a Libra woman will bring the reputation, a Gemini man will bring the communication. A Libra woman will bring the emotional intelligence, and then the Gemini man will bring the mental intelligence. The Libra woman, she will bring the relationship power, and Gemini man will bring the social freedom. And then a Libra woman will bring the influence, and then Gemini man will bring the adaptability, and the Libra woman will bring the image control, and the Gemini man will bring the narrative control. So in simple terms here, Libra controls how people see things. That is their true power, dude. Not only does she control how people see things, she manipulates how people see things. Isn't that what the judge does in the courtroom? And you wonder why it's the judge. See, it's in the judge ruling, right? But then it's like, oh, what does the jury have to say? But who still calls the shots? The damn judge, man. Even if the jury, see, it's like, yeah, the jury, yeah, okay, we would put it up to the jury. They're controlling how people see things, man. See that? It's the way the system works. Now, Gemini controls what people think about things. Oh, see how if you're not sure, man, a Gemini can tear you up, You got to be sure when you're dealing with a Gemini, because they'll trip you up with that, with that uncertainty. Now, another thing is, so that's why together they could be a power couple, of which I mentioned. That's why they can, be the whole social kings and queens of the zodiac. They can be great influencers. They can also be event hosts. They could run networks together. They can also have those media personalities, and they also can be in sales and marketing. See, as a team. Now, one thing to note is that let's say the Libra female and the Gemini man, they walk into a party, right? What do you think is going to happen? See, the Gemini is, like I said, is going to talk to everyone. The Libra is going to make everybody like them. The Gemini is going to gather information from everyone, and the Libra is going to build alliances. The Gemini becomes known by the Libra, and guess what? The Libra becomes respected. It's cold-blooded because of how many people know her now because of the Gemini. So if you're the type of person that's looking for, hey, you're trying to grow your business, start hiring Libras and Geminis. I mean, it's just keeping it real, man. It's real, recognized real, and only gets realer from here. Now, another thing is, let's say by the end of the night, while they're at the party, the Gemini ends up knowing everyone, and then here's the thing. Everyone ends up liking the Libra. See? Because that's all she wants anyway. And that's all the Gemini man wants. Now, that's what makes them a whole powerful duo to begin with. Now, another truth is this. Gemini man is mentally hard to control. It is very difficult to manipulate a Gemini man. Difficult. And on top of that, a Libra woman is socially hard to what? Socially hard to beat. See? Because she does one thing well. She simply doesn't tell you what she knows. See? She keeps it all in. She's quiet about it. Now, here's the thing. Together with the Libra female and a Gemini male is that they don't overpower people directly. What they end up doing together is they both outsmart and out-social them. See that? That's why I said you got to understand that they are the masters. Listen, Gemini is the master of communication. And then Libra is the master of the social, of the socialness, the image, see? The reputation. And that's how she is. Listen, that is how she easily gets the respect from others. Now, here's another thing. Okay, the whole dynamic, a Gemini woman, a Gemini man and a Libra woman, how things usually go is of two ways, okay? So either they become a power couple or they just slowly become strangers, but they still are together, if that makes sense. Just so I wanted to break that down. Now, like I say, when it works, it works. Like, so really, they both complement one another. The reassurance is there for the Libra. The freedom is there for the Gemini man. And here's the thing. The Libra woman, she wants loyalty. She wants partnership. She wants romance. She wants stability. She wants respect. She wants being chosen. And the Gemini man wants freedom, conversation, fun, variety, mental stimulation, and no pressure. So sometimes they could be in an open relationship. Yep. Because the Gemini, he gets bored and he likes variety. It gets to a point where he has to be with someone that is cool about it, that is not bothered by him having variety of different people. Now, like I say, if the situation is healthy between the both of them, then she won't even be trying to control him. See? And also, the Gemini man will reassure his princess Libra, you know, by what? Without being asked to do so. Now, she will give the Gemini man freedom. And another thing is that he doesn't abuse the freedom once. See, that's the thing. He respects it. He respects it when you don't, you know, accuse him and chase him down for it. So he won't abuse that whole freedom that Libra gives him. Now, this is only when it's healthy. Now, another thing is that when they do go out, they'll socialize together instead of separately. You know, they'll laugh a lot. They'll travel well together. Like I say, they don't try to change each other. They just accept each other for who they are and how they each do things, even if it's differently. Now, one thing, okay, so when they start to fight, now, when they start to fight, the fighting is very interesting, okay, because they don't fight the same way that other couples fight, okay? Libra's fighting style is like this. They don't yell immediately. They don't, they're, put it like this. They become quiet. They become polite. See that? It's like they're too focused on how they look. And what ends up happening, they become distant. They overthink things. They watch behavior. They keep score mentally. They bring up the old situations later on. They test loyalty. And then they eventually explode, like I said, after a long episode of silence, right? Now, a Gemini's fighting style looks like this. A Gemini man, he likes to joke about serious things, serious talks. He likes to change the topic. He likes to talk in circles. He likes to avoid emotional conversations. He likes to disappear for a bit. He likes to act normal after an argument has taken place. He doesn't realize that she is still mad at what he did or what he said. He gets annoyed by the drama itself. He says things without thinking. And also, he's mentally detached. And he does this very quickly. Now, let's say, I'm going to give you guys a scenario how this looks. If a fight were to break out between a Libra female and a Gemini man, okay? A Gemini is texting multiple people, for example. He becomes ultra friendly and flirty with the opposite sex, okay? Now, a Libra notices and says nothing, okay? So what happens? She becomes quiet. She becomes less affectionate. She becomes polite and distant. Here's the catch. You notice that she literally stops being affectionate. It's cold-blooded. She takes the very thing that she knows that you love about her, and she takes it away. Now that makes it, let me tell you, it triggers the Gemini in such a way because now one thing he starts to think is what? She's messing with someone else. And she does this on purpose. She knows that whole thought process, she has already mentally figured it out that, hey, all I got to do is just take the sex away and it's going to get to you. See? So what ends up happening is that this is her way of fighting back. A Gemini would start to think that everything is fine. Then 2 weeks later, she says to the Gemini, oh, you don't respect me. Oh, you flirt with everybody. You don't make me feel special anymore, right? And then all of a sudden, the Gemini responds with, he's like, yo, what? What are you talking about? He's like, yo, that was weeks ago, and you're still mad about it. Why didn't you say something then, right? Now, this is the thing. The fight gets worse because of a couple of reasons I'm going to mention. Is the fact that the Libra female, she stores emotions. It's cold-blooded. It's like a filing cabinet. She saves and put them in different files. She takes a file of emotion and puts it like it's kind of like compartmentalizing it. It's like Capricorn, but it's different. She files those emotions away. She doesn't handle them right away. That's the problem. So what ends up happening is he forgets the situations because she doesn't talk about it right away. Now, another thing that the Libra female would do is that, or what she will want or desire, is she wants emotional accountability from the Gemini male. But he wants a logical conversation about it. And see how they're both wired where they feel comfortable? She doesn't want to talk about it, right? Because she cares more about how she looks when she talks about it. And the last thing she wants to do is look emotional doing so. She doesn't want to explain. She doesn't want to look bad. She cares 100% about how she looks when she's mad. So that's why she'll rather explode later. See? So she'll just file it away, but she'll take the affection, she'll take the affection away. And then that's going to drive you wild because now you don't even know why she's mad. You done forgot. Now, here's another thing, is that they could be, okay, put it like this. Okay, so they could be arguing about different languages, man. It's like the way they argue is it's like about how you said something. Imagine teachers inside of two English teachers arguing about how something was said. You said it like this. I didn't like your tone. First off, you're using all these big words, and yeah, you're a freaking idiot. And it's like they're arguing about the language. That's how an argument takes place between a Gemini man and a Libra woman. Now, here's the biggest relationship problem between the two of them, is the fact that Libra wants to feel chosen and the Gemini wants to feel free. So if a Libra female feels not chosen, then she becomes cold-hearted, see? And if a Gemini feels controlled, then he becomes distant. So then what ends up happening to the relationship, it becomes like this: less talking between the two of them, less affection, more independence, more friends, less dates, more phone time, and less emotional connection with each other. So what ends up happening is they don't even explode, but they just slowly disconnect from each other. See? Now, how does a Gemini male and a Libra female break up? I'm gonna tell you. They don't break up like a Leo. They don't break up dramatic. Nope. It's more like this. They stop texting as much as they used to. They stop going out together. They stop telling each other everything like they used to. They stop being polite to each other. They stop becoming independent. And one of them starts to what? Here's what you gotta watch. Here's what you gotta watch. Gotta watch this. One of them starts to meet someone else. Oh, that's not fair. Wait a minute. You didn't even end it yet. Oh yeah, a lot of shit is going on, but why did you go meet somebody else? I tell you this. Who do you think did that, right? Who do you think would go meet someone else? Because I said one of them goes and meets someone else, okay? Then the breakup happens. Then all of a sudden, when the breakup happens, it's done calmly. Why is that? But it feels emotionally heavy at the same time. Now, here's the thing. The pair often will say, and I'm talking about the Gemini male and the Libra female, even if they were to talk about it, here, this is how they would express it, okay? They would say to themselves, oh, we didn't break up because, oh, we just hated each other. We just hate each other for, this or that, right? And then they also would say, we broke up because, oh, we slowly just stopped choosing each other. See, it's almost like they're not really telling you exactly what happened as it happened. They're still, one is still trying to save face, and the other is trying to make it seem like, oh, it wasn't that serious. So why the hell were you guys together? See, that's why I said superficial. See, and see, the Gemini doesn't take anything serious. Nothing, not even his marriage. Nope. Life is like a world. Put it like this: life, relationships, all those things it's like a water park. It starts off good, and hey, it fizzles out, but at the end of all of it, we had fun together. See, that's how Gemini looks at it. Now, here's another thing. In order for their relationship to last long term, they must have this. You got to keep the spark. And I'm going to tell you what you got to do. You got to live by these rules, Gemini and Libra. You got to have a weekly date night together. See? And see, if you had that weekly date night, everything going to work out. Now, I'll say this. Naturally, the Gemini, he reassures the Libra female. See? So he's good with that. He does it verbally as well, just how she likes it. Now, the Libra doesn't text the Gemini or play the mind games with them. See? So that's how you know if she's not doing that, then everything's legit. Because if she's playing games, she's not serious in the situation. It's not going to last long term if she's playing those texting games and those with, playing mind games with the text, with the whole texting situation. Now, Geminis like to include the Libra female into their plans, into the things, that they like to do or have to do. Now, that can make the relationship last long term. Traveling together, talking about their problems immediately, not waiting or filing them off, Libra. And also, what tends to happen is they will remain to stay what? Best friends, not just partners. They laugh together often anyway, and they never try to win arguments, see? So here's the thing about their relationship in a nutshell. Libra teaches Gemini commitment, see? And Gemini teaches Libra freedom. So if they end up learning from each other, that will make them what? A power couple. If they fight each other, all it's going to show is an exhausting relationship, see? So the dynamic is like this, is that earlier within their relationship, they would be talking all night, as I mentioned. Laughing together, flirting, going out, having fun, popping bottles, being social, and that all seems exciting and whatnot, right? But in the middle of the relationship, the Libra wants more stability. Then the Gemini, he ends up wanting more freedom. Then all of a sudden, that's when the small arguments start. Then later in the relationship, this is when the bad stuff starts to surface. She becomes quiet. He becomes distant. Next thing you know, they live separate lives. The relationship fades into what? Instead of what? The relationship fades instead of exploding. See? Then late in the relationship, they become best friends again. See? They end up being travel partners. They end up having, the whole social events together. They end up socializing more as a couple. They start being business partners again. And then all of a sudden, they keep laughing at each other's jokes years later. So it's like a cycle that they keep starting off doing the same things, but it's still showing that they care more about what? They care about what's exciting over what's emotional. See, it's like they go about it differently. And to answer you guys' question, who ends up finding someone else when all shit is broken loose? Libra. Libra finds someone, and yes, a Gemini man could do so too. But Libra doesn't play, when she's mad, she doesn't play by the rules. Put it like that. Nope. So it's like, if you piss her off, she's not going to show it immediately. But best believe, somebody trying to get her number, she's going to do it. But this is the catch. Yes, she went out there and met someone, but it doesn't always mean she slept with them. Sometimes, just because it looks, see, she can really mess with your mind by how it looks. See, she controls how people see things. So if she looks, hey, she can make it seem, look, she is the type of person that can make it look good, better than Leo. She can make it look like, oh, she's talking to that guy. And you would be thinking that she's effing him, and she's not. She just basically what? She made you think that way. She manipulated you before you listen, before you even thought that she was. It's like she's already controlling how you see things in regards to her. So that's why you don't want to piss her off, because when she starts going quiet, man, you don't know what she's going to be doing. And I'm only talking about the light side. I haven't even touched the surface of the dark side, Libra. See? Now, here's the thing. When I said Libra and Gemini, like I say, they don't usually just break up because they don't love each other. Like I said, they break up because they stop trusting each other. Now, put it like this. On paper, Libra and Gemini are perfect together. Because, hey, when trust, put it like this. Trust is the only thing that they both slowly destroy, see, without realizing it. But that's because they want two different things. Libra wants loyalty, Gemini wants freedom. So the trust issues are inevitable, okay? Now, as long as they're willing to trust each other and stop looking at each other in those different lights, is because here's the thing. Like I say, with the trust issues, they start when she starts to watch his behavior. Then all of a sudden he starts to live in the moment. Then she remembers everything, and then he forgets everything. That's how the trust issues start. So if you guys can actually, avoid that, then it will work. Now, one thing about Gemini is they have bad habits, see? And these bad habits is what makes a Libra woman not trust them. And see, as I mentioned, it's because a Gemini talks to many women, flirts naturally with everyone, likes attention, as I mentioned, changes plans often, likes to break plans as well, and not reschedule. Another thing is that he can also not text back, see, consistently. He'll do it maybe Monday, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, he's barely texting back, right? He could disappear sometimes. Oh, where did he go? He said he was going to take the trash out. Next thing you know, he's in Indianapolis. And it's like, and then when he tells you things, he's like, yo, I went with a friend in Indianapolis. Yeah, because we went to go to the micro center. We don't have one in our state. But why didn't you tell me? See how he can literally just do something quick to where you would think that it needs planning. Like, hey, we're not just going to drive to Chicago or Indianapolis just to go to micro center. Hey, maybe on the weekend when we're off, but a Gemini can do that. And the funny thing is a Gemini is literally the type of sign that can be omnipresent, where they can literally be right here for 5 minutes, and then you can look up and now they're in a different state, bro, that quick. And it's like, who are you? Are you driving or are you riding with someone? That's just how they are. It's like they are considered the traveler, see, the time traveler. Now, and then, their opposite polarity, Sagittarius. So that makes sense. Now, another thing is a Gemini can say things and then forget immediately. They can change their moods, and they do not always explain where they were. See? And that's the thing with Gemini, is that sometimes they don't like for people to figure them out. So that's why they don't, tell you where they are. They can also be secretive with their phones. They love freedom too much. They get bored easily. They start conversations with random people. They start conversations with people they don't even like. They like variety. They don't like being questioned. As I mentioned, they're very charming with everyone, and they can detach emotionally at any given time quickly. Now, here's the thing. He doesn't always notice when the Libra woman is upset. See? So where he might feel, he can actually laugh at a moment that she's like literally sad. And he can literally like, crack a joke about something, and she's literally like pissed off at him, and he can like be totally oblivious to it. Now, another thing, what he's prone to is that he could like another female's photo, see, in front of you. He could comment jokingly about your photo. He could also, as he's doing these things, it means nothing to him. See? So if you get mad about it, he's going to be literally confused. Like, yo, why are you mad that I like this Instagram's model picture, but I'm with you? He doesn't get the fact that, hey, that's another female. Like, he doesn't see the boundary. He doesn't see that that's a problem. See? So, because he's not emotional. He's more in his head than he is of, how he feels. Now, another thing for the Libra woman, she would look at that as being disrespectful. See? So that's how the trust ends up going downhill. Now, Libra, their habits that will make a Gemini not trust them is the fact that she could be very passive aggressive. And that means like when she is mad, she won't show it, and then she'll snap later. Or she'll just start taking, certain things that she knows that the Gemini, enjoys away. She can, not say what's wrong, at least immediately. She could test loyalty. She wants reassurance, but doesn't ask directly. She can hold grudges quietly. She could bring up old ass problems later on. She could care about how she looks or or her reputation in general. She could flirt socially too, just like Gemini. She doesn't like confrontation. She could bottle up her emotions. She can be indecisive about her relationships or who she's with. She could also want the Gemini to read her mind. This is going into those mind games. She could watch everything that the Gemini does, but not tell her, not tell him where she's been. He put it like this. She could also compare him to other men on purpose when she's mad at him. She could need validation. She could get distant when she's hurt. She could talk to friends about relationship problems, even the ones that you don't like her to talk about them with. She can emotionally detach silently. She might entertain others or other men for attention if she feels ignored. See, a lot of times she wants romance constantly. And also she wants romance constantly. This is why she may sleep with different partners. Because I'm going to tell you, when she could be, this is why a lot of Libra females get a bad rap or bad name. Sometimes people call them hoes, is because they can sleep with somebody and they can feel like that was too fast or it wasn't long enough. See? And then they'll actually go sleep with 2, 3, 4, 5 different men just to feel satisfied. But she wished it would just be, she wished that she could just get that intimate, that empty, she wished she could get that need met with that one guy. But if she feels like, it didn't do it for her, she'll go sleep with 5 other guys. just to meet that need. So that could be a problem, man. It is a problem. And it's like, you got to understand she has her own rules, bro. See? And here's the thing. She wants romance constantly. This is why she has multiple relationships with different men. She's like, it's like this. You guys have the honeymoon. And then even after the honeymoon is over, she still wants that same experience. Oh, she wants it all night long. So if you sleep with her, guess what? She's going to want to be romantic just like that for the rest of the evening. How unrealistic is that? Not to her. See? She makes sure she gets what she wants. You can't control. It's almost like this. You could literally be like yelling at her about certain things, and she will still find a way to go out there and do the very thing that you told her, hey, that you weren't going to tolerate, and she'll do it. Just because. Why? Because she wants to, feel in control. See? Now, it's all about proving you wrong, proving that, hey, she could be in her late 40s and she wants to prove that she's still desired. She'll go out there and just flirt with a guy and just say, yup, look what I got. Oh, yeah, I'm 45, but guess what? I got a 25, I got a 30-year-old guy's number at the bar. See? It's like she'll say that to you and compare you to that guy and say, yeah, he even told me he'll do this with me tonight. He even said he'll buy me a car tonight. And you'll be like, dude, you'll be feeling you won't even know what to feel because of how it looks. See, she controls how you see things. Now, she could keep score mentally. She could smile when she's mad. She could say it's fine when it's not fine. See the contradiction? So the scenario's like this. She could say that she's fine, and then all of a sudden the Gemini believes her. Then 2 weeks later, she says this. She says, oh, you don't care about me. See that? And then all of a sudden he gets confused, and then he stops trusting her communication style. Everybody does. Not just the Gemini. As soon as another zodiac sign sees a Libra do this, they're like, yo, she don't know what she wants. That's how they perceive it, right? That's how they take it. And I'm going to tell you why this is. It's because Libra, it's the way you communicate. That's what the problem is. See? And the communication problems that they have are these. She speaks emotionally, but doesn't like to feel things or handle things emotionally. See that? Having your own rules to deal with things, Libra, is not realistic. See? So the Gemini speaks logically. Then all of a sudden, what she likes to do is she likes to give hints. See, how are you supposed to know something if somebody's giving you a hint, right? That's considered a mind game. Now, another thing Gemini likes to do is that he needs direct communication. See, that's why a lot of Geminis have Aries as a friend, as their best friend, because Aries is direct, even if it's chaotic. A Gemini would love them just because they're honest, right? Just because they just throw it out. It just communicate. Boom. Now, the thing about Gemini male is he jokes during serious talks, as I'm. That's what you call it. All right. So another thing is this. They both avoid confrontation. I'm gonna call you back. Jesus, man. Another thing is this, that a Gemini can forget dates. He could forget dates and details. See, because he's not a Virgo. Now, whenever the okay, put it like this. Whenever the problems between a Gemini male and a female Libra goes unresolved, those problems end up building up silently. See? So it will end up ending before it actually ends. So another thing is that when a Libra female, put it like this, when she notices that the Gemini forgot the dates or the details, she's going to think that he doesn't care. So the Gemini ends up thinking, and then he ends up remembering everything. But as he does, he starts to what? Hold grudges against the Libra. See that? Because he doesn't like to be what? Accused. He doesn't like to be tested. So as he's remembering everything, because he simply forgot, now he's holding grudges. Now, here's the thing. She wants reassurance after the fact. Then he starts to show love through talking again and being there for her, being more present. And then all of a sudden, she starts to want the romantic gestures. And notice, I said she wants it nonstop. So he ends up thinking that if he talks more or starts to hang out, that'll be enough. See? And then all of a sudden, that's when the misunderstandings start. That's why I said they argue about what? Different love languages. That's what the arguments are about. Because he thinks that, oh, I'm here and I'm talking to you like I'm spending time with you. And she's like, no, you're going to spend time with me all day long. And he's like, oh, hell no, I'm not staying here. I'm going out with my friends tonight. But I'm here now. And it's like, no, that's not how. She wants it all to be her way. See, she doesn't, even if he tries to split it up, make it fair, nope. If she wants it nonstop, that's what she has her mind focused. That's what she has her eyes set on. And see, that's why she ends up what? Influencing you to do the same. Based on how she sees things, she can control others on how they see things. And put it to you like this. She wants you to see it to what? She wants you to see to it her way or no way, right? Now, here's another thing. What will make them also just, what would also cause distrust between the two of them is because both of them have flirty personalities. Both of them are very social. Both of them like attention. Both talk to many people. They hate feeling, controlled. They both overthink differently. They both avoid fights at first. They both become distant when they're hurt. They neither one of them apologizes immediately after they've done something. They both can emotionally detach from the situation. Both of them value independence. Both can live separate lives while dating. Both don't like drama, but then they create silent dramas between the both of them and others. They both observe each other quietly. And they also test each other's loyalty indirectly. Now, they both talk to friends about their problems. They both pretend like everything's okay when it's not. They both slowly lose trust instead of one big, they lose trust instead of one big event, if that makes sense. They both become more independent and unhappy, and they both stay together even when they're not happy together. See? So that lets you know, like, the real trust problems, and I'm going to say this in a nutshell, Libra fears embarrassment, see? And they do everything to avoid it. Gemini fears being controlled, and they do everything to avoid it. Libra wants loyalty proof. They want the proof that you're loyal to them. Gemini wants freedom proof that they're free. See? Libra watches actions. Gemini listens to your words. So Libra remembers everything. Gemini lives in the present. Libra needs emotional security, and Gemini needs mental freedom. So here we have security versus freedom, and that's why the trust becomes hard between the both of them. Now, here's something that happens a lot, is that in the beginning, what makes the relationship last long is the whole fact that they both like to flirt, laugh, talk to many different people, go out together, have fun, have best friends. But like I say, as the relationship goes on, then it's like she starts to want that stability of which I mentioned. Then she wants the freedom. No, he wants the freedom. And then she starts to watch the behavior even more because she overthinks things. And then he feels questioned more, which he doesn't like. So later on, she becomes quiet and observant. He becomes distant and independent, and they both start trusting each other less and less and less. But here's the funny part. No big fight. See? No big fight. What they end up doing is they both start to emotionally distance themselves from each other. So that lets you know neither one of them want anything to do, nothing to do with emotions. This is why they don't pick partners such as Cancer, Pisces. They don't pick partners that thrive on emotions. See, they don't even care listen. They don't even care how you really feel about them. Nope. So that's why it is difficult to date them if you are emotional. See, or let's say you feel things or vibe with things on an emotional level. Now, to wrap this up in a nutshell, is this. Libras and Geminis, they don't lose love first. See, they lose trust first. Now, they were never enemies. This is the funny part. They were never enemies. They were never toxic, never boring. These are not the reasons why they wouldn't be together. They just slowly stopped trusting each other. So if a Gemini man and a Gemini man and a Libra female break up, it's because of trust reasons. So put it like this, most of the time it's for trust reasons. Now, if let's say a Libra in a Gemini relationship, let's say it doesn't end in a fight like I stated. Let's say it ends with the distance, in silence. And then what we will have is two people who still love each other. That's why even if they break up, 9 times out of 10, they end up back together or still together. But here's the difference. They don't trust each other no more. So okay, put it like this. They can still be together, but not trust each other at all. So it's like, yo, this is how we know they have multiple partners. See? Because they will not stop talking to each other. Nope. And here's the thing. Here's one thing. If we were to ask ourselves, hypothetically speaking, who cheats more? Gemini? Hey, is it Geminis or Libra? Who regrets the breakup more? Who moves on faster and who comes back first? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Well, I'll tell you this. When it comes to who falls in love first, Geminis fall in love first with Libra. See? But who actually takes it deeper? Libra. See? Because Gemini, I'm going to tell you, Gemini men, they fall fast for Libra women because they love the whole conversation. You know, the dynamics, the whole conversation and the mental connection that they get from Libra. Libra falls in love slower because of this. She's indecisive. She's indecisive, so she doesn't really know what she wants to do. So this is why the only way for her to fall in love is through what? Influence. Every Gemini is spontaneous. It's like That's the way it ends up leading into, in other words, for them to get together. She just does what the Gemini does. It's like, oh, you're, you know, hey, you take charge, you're the leader, because Libras hate to be the leader. They don't like to be the ones that call the shots because they want to be able to control the outcomes. See? Now, Libras, okay, so Gemini may say, oh, I love you first, and then the Libra will end up staying longer just because of that. See? Why is that? Romantic gestures, you guys. See? So here we have the Gemini starting it, the Libra building it, the Gemini enjoying it, and then the Libra protects the relationship. Now, to answer you guys' question, who cheats more? Gemini man or Libra woman? I'm going to tell you, because it's complicated here. Not always does the Gemini man cheat physically, okay? But what he does is he flirts, he texts, he entertains attention. He talks to multiple women. He keeps options open. And he likes validation and conversation. But a Libra woman, what she does, she cheats when she feels ignored. She cheats when she feels ignored. She feels unappreciated. Or she feels embarrassed. Oh my God. Could you? Man, that's not good, bro. Because what if you didn't even know you embarrassed her? And she cheats on you and you absolutely had no idea that you sang happy birthday too loud and you had everybody come out, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. And blowing, you know how when when you have the restaurant people come say happy birthday and they embarrass you, they all start coming out doing cartwheels and shit. And it's like, yo, I don't want all of that. See, I just wanted to go out and have dinner, but I don't want people, the staff with their little costumes coming out here twerking and dancing and hitting the cartwheel backflips, and we sitting here in a damn booth. Like, no. So anyway, that could be the reason why she cheats, because she feels embarrassed. Another thing, she could cheat when she already has emotionally checked out already. See, she also could cheat, and what I'm speaking about is who cheats first. Now, she could also cheat if somebody gives her more attention. Now, this is bad. She could cheat if somebody gives her more attention and romance. So this is like, if a guy out there does it better than you. Because listen, if she would sit there and compare you to some other guy, that means that she is keeping score. Who is what? Doing more. Man, she can literally, because I'm going to tell you, Libra women, they are some of the most big time players. Like they can really fool you. You think you're with them and they could be with somebody that you don't even know they're with. They could be with the NBA player and you don't even know it. You wouldn't even believe it if they even told you. See? They'd be like, oh, you're dating, Michael Jordan? What? And it's like, wait a minute, what the hell? How the hell did you meet Michael Jordan? It's just little stuff like that. And Libra that's how quiet and sneaky they can just do something, man. And it'd be like just devastating that it's like, they can just have you like in awe to where it's like, what the hell? How? Like, you won't even believe it. Now, here's the truth. If a Gemini cheats, they cheat out of curiosity, boredom, or just simply attention. If a Libra cheats, they cheat out of emotional neglect, revenge, or replacement. See? So it's for different reasons. Now, who regrets the breakup more? Libra regrets emotionally, and Gemini regrets mentally. Libra regrets the fact that, oh, she may have felt like she invested more. She may felt like, oh, you guys were best friends. Maybe she should have communicated better. Maybe she expected too much, or she just has those memories, okay, of those dates, the places you guys went to, where you guys traveled together, or the certain type of songs that you guys listened to together. So a Gemini can regret the fact that he talked about everything, the fact that she understood him, the whole fact that now he feels like he can't find those conversations like he had with the Libra. See, she could also put like this. He could also think that she was actually really good to him. And the fact that he might actually also ask himself this, he might say, oh, I didn't even realize how loyal she was, because sometimes he just forgets those details. It's like he doesn't know what he has until it's gone. Now, Libra, here's the issue. This is why they can go through this and still stay together. Because what often happens is that a Libra misses the relationship, even if it was toxic. A Gemini misses the person, see? So who moves on faster from it? A Gemini moves on faster physically and socially. A Libra moves on faster emotionally long-term. So after they break up, the Gemini is out with his friends, distracted, talking to new people. The Libra is sad, quiet, thinking about everything, replaying everything, replaying everything that happened. So months later, Gemini seems fine. Months later, the Libra is still healing, but understanding what happened between her and her Gemini man. And then as months progress, the Gemini starts thinking about the Libra again. And then the Libra starts to detach and glow up. Now, as time goes on and on and on, then what happens, the Gemini randomly will text the Libra and say, oh, I was thinking about you, for example. Then the Libra will end up saying, but here's the thing, the Libra will end up emotionally, have moved on from the situation. Remember, she emotionally detaches first before she physically breaks up with a person. And this happens a lot. This is the way the pair works, okay? So who's coming back to who? Gemini usually comes back first, as well as being the first to what? It's being the first to get with the Libra. See, the one that falls in love first. Gemini. So why? Because the Gemini circles back to the people that they had long conversations with. See, the people that they talk to the most. Gemini also remembers those conversations with the people that they were with. Gemini gets, nostalgic about, how things used to be, reminiscing and whatnot. And Gemini starts to check if the door is still open for them to come back, asking questions like, are you single? Are you seeing anyone? Are you, who are you living with? Do you still have an empty nest? Next thing you know, Gemini starts to send those random DMs of, oh, hey, stranger, because he's trying to work his way back into her life. Then Gemini starts to test the waters again, because one thing, he hates to burn bridges. Gemini likes to have networks, see, connections. So this is why, even if he breaks up, he still wants to have his hand in the cookie jar. Now, Libras, they usually do not come back unless two things. Unless she still loves the Gemini man, or he has totally changed. See? So that'll be the only thing. Now, another thing too, if the Gemini man apologizes properly or whatnot, if he does it, in a way that's pretty much how he should have apologized, then that could be another way. And another thing is that a Libra will come back, or would take a Gemini back if they rebuilt the trust, or she hasn't replaced him emotionally yet. So if if a Libra woman replaces you emotionally, Gemini, then just know that it's going to be very hard to get her back. Once she loses the emotion for it or for you, it's done. So who leaves first? Usually the Libra leaves emotionally first, and the Gemini leaves physically first. So Libra will always detach quietly while still being in the relationship with you. Gemini suddenly says, oh, I don't think this is working anymore. No shit. And then the Libra already expected it to happen. See, but not saying nothing about it. So then Gemini thinks it was sudden. Oh, this just happened. And the Libra starts to think that, oh, you know, the Libra starts to think to herself saying, oh, I already knew this was going to happen months ago. But see how she didn't say nothing about it? It's cold-blooded. So that's how they end up breaking up. So if, put it like this. So to sum it up in a nutshell, from all of which I mentioned, as I know this has been long, but this is how it is between Gemini men and Libra women, is that they start off as best friends. See? Then it leads to them talking all damn night. Then it leads to them laughing together often about everything, right? Then they start to go out on dates and whatnot. Then they start to socialize as what? A couple. And then they end up having a fun relationship, see? But as I mentioned, after the fun is over, the Gemini starts to talk to more people, many different, varieties of, people. She notices it. She becomes quieter. Then all of a sudden he feels that she's changing on him. Then he pulls away slightly. Then she detaches emotionally. Then he eventually pulls away more. Then she stops fighting for the relationship. Then the relationship ends quietly. See how after the excitement, then it's almost like the tension. Now, months later, he misses her. Then she moved on emotionally. He texts her. Then she's polite, but she's different now. And then he realizes that it's too late. And this is how the Libra push and pull dynamic with Gemini, this is how it ends. See? It's like we had fun and then we just didn't like each other. We had problems, but if you notice about what I said, it was about trust. See? It's like we have fun together, but then when we don't trust each other, we're done. See? So what ends up happening is Libra teaches Gemini how to love one person. Gemini teaches Libra how to not lose herself loving someone. And if they're mature about the whole situation between the both of them, that they can be, end up being a power couple. If they don't, then it turns into a lesson relationship. See? So before I head out, you guys, like I say, Gemini, like I say, will always miss the conversations that they had with Libra, because it's all about the mental connection. And then for the Libra, it's almost like it's like stimulation to the mental. So Libra will miss the relationship with the Gemini man. And here's the thing: if the Gemini man comes back, then a Libra already learned to live without him. That's the problem. See, that's why you got to do it right away. Because if you wait, it doesn't take long for a Libra to, to basically emotionally check out of the relationship before she physically leaves. So just know a Gemini comes back when he remembers everything, as he oftentimes forgets the details. And Libra is gone once she remembers everything that happened. See? Because that's the thing. If she remember how everything happened, she's going to compare you. See? She's quick to go meet someone else. Because she doesn't want to look like, oh, she lost. Oh, she got someone broke up with her. She wants to control the outcome, the narrative. So like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have a topic or question, or you want me to do a certain type of video, just leave it in the comments, and I'll do my best to explain it, break it down for you in the most realist way. And thanks for watching, you guys. Smash the like button. I love y'all. Catch y'all later on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon.